Maybe you just needed to touch it. Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, I think we're good now. All right. You have the magic touch. All right, Hawks fans, welcome to the Edge. We've got your Littleton Hawks wearing white on the left side of your screen, and Arapahoe Maze wearing blue. And we are underway. Hawks throw it towards the blue line but can't get it in. Arapahoe comes back the other way, pushes it deep. Hawks will go chase, send it around the boards. Kellen takes a shoulder into the boards, kept deep by Arapahoe. Hawks, I believe, have already beaten this team once. I think this is the team we played in Aspen and beat 6-1. I think so. But Arapahoe controlling the early play here on the far side. Tries that centering pass, deflects, and this is Zach with it. Gets it taken off his stick, but that is, I'm not sure who that was. I think that was Ilya dumping it deep. Arapahoe goes back to recover it. That pass given up to Christian, his first time on the ice, tries to dump it in, but deflects off a leg. And Arapahoe comes back the other way. Deep behind, gets harassed by a Hawk, but is able to deflect that one on the net. And that is Branson in net today, and he will catch it and smother it. Our first stoppage. This is Trace Taylor to take the face off, won by Arapahoe and kept in. Pushed around along the far board, along the near boards, not out. Kept deep. Here's Cole going back to chase this puck down, sweeps it around. Tyler just out of his reach, pokes it, but can't get it out. Now it comes out to neutral, and Arapahoe will control it and dump it in offsides. There's no delayed off. That was a delayed offsides, I guess. They're letting that go. I don't think they do that. That was offsides again, I think. No call. And here comes Christian with it again. Skates it in on sides. Hawks were going for a line change, so he's all alone. Throws that one in the crease. Pushed aside by the Arapahoe goalie. And Arapahoe breaks out again, and they don't get to center ice and just dump it in for icing. Not sure why they would do that, but we'll take it. 11:53 in the first period. Carson on the face-off. Sends that one towards the center, but gets pushed out to neutral zone. Chase will have to go get this. Sends it up the far side just by Kai and goes into the defensive zone for Arapahoe. Tries to get it out. Kept in at the blue line by Chase. He still got it on the near side. Looking for some help. It got pushed off of his stick, and it comes out to neutral. Arapahoe breaks in on the far side. Gets around Larry. Chase is there to cut him off, but wraps around. Saved by Branson, and then sticked aside by Chase. That one flipped out to neutral. Corralled by Arapahoe, and then pushed in off sides. We've got a full roster. We're at full strength, no injuries. Everyone's healthy. That face-off comes towards Zach. Gets pushed to the near boards. He'll dump it in. But back out to neutral. Zach fighting for it, but here comes Arapahoe back the other way. Getting harassed by Bryden. Gets pushed to the near boards. Now out to the blue line. From the high slot, sends it to the corner. Pushed off the wall by Ilya, and then out to neutral. That is Kellen. Good lift of the stick there, but then pushed off of him, but he still gets it. Gets a shot, goes just wide. Zach tries a centering pass, and the goalie trying to smother it, and now does on the side of the net. 10:36 left in the first period, 0-0. Bryden on the face-off. He wins that, sweeps it wide of the net. Kellen will go chase this down, pushes it back into the corner. Bryden fights with his guy, tries to lift the stick. Flipped over to the far boards, and then one-timer towards the net, but went off a body to the near boards here. Cole holds it up at the blue line and is able to keep it in. Bryden chases it down in the corner, spins around, looking for some help. Hawks now finally getting into a little groove, lays it for Kellen. Sweeps around the far side, backhand attempt, blocked by the goalie. Pushed back to the corner. Kellen still fighting for it. Now centering pass finds Zach. Couldn't keep his skates though, and Arapahoe takes it away. Cuts to the inside, sweeps it towards the net, but blocked by Nolan, I believe. Yes, he'll get to the red line, trying to dump it in, and now we'll skate it in, but we were making a change. Here's Trace with it, steps aside. One guy finds it underneath him, then gets plowed from the side, and they're going to call a penalty on that. Here's Cole with it, sends that one on the net, looking for a deflection, and that deflects to the far boards. And here comes our first power play of the game. They're going to call interference on Arapahoe. First power play of the game goes to the Hawks with 9:25 left in the first period. A 2-minute power play for interference. Trace will take the face-off. Sweeps it to Tyler on the far boards. He sends it back to Larry. He winds up, sends a wrister looking for a deflection. Goes wide of Christian. Pushed up towards the blue line. Kept in by Chase along the near boards. He'll skate to center. Tries to step around a few guys. Too many sticks in the way. Here's Tyler feeding Christian. He sends one on net. No deflection, no rebound. Frozen, 1:41 left in the power play for the Hawks. Carson to take this offensive zone draw, gets pushed back into the corner. Arapahoe controls it and sends it all the way around. Larry cuts it off at the blue line. Sweeps that one towards the net. Kai fighting for it. Kept in at the blue line again by Larry. Sends that one just wide of the net. Colin will chase this down, but it comes out to neutral. Good take there by Chase. But whiffs on that one, but now will skate it in. Through 4 defenders, finds Colin. Gets caught up in the skates of the Arapahoe player and not quite out. Good play by Colin to keep it in. Here's Chase looking for Bryden, I think, but taken away and pushed out to neutral, and that will kill off a little bit more time. We're down to 1 minute left in the power play for the Hawks. Here's Larry with it, skating it up through neutral. Brings it into the zone, shrugs off an Arapahoe defender. Still fighting for it, but gets by Colin on the near side, and Arapahoe is going to skate it out. And they send that one deep, just barely got to the center ice line, so no icing. Misses the Arapahoe player, and Carson is there to take it away. Behind Colin, though, and it goes to Arapahoe. We're down to 25 seconds left in the Littleton Hawks power play. One more attempt, but good forecheck there by Arapahoe. We're down to 13 seconds. Good check there. I think this is Kellen with it, but he gets it taken away. And there's going to be another power play coming up. Who's this call going against? They're going to call roughing against somebody. There's 7 seconds left on the Hawks power play. And there's another Warrior going to the box. I didn't really see much of a roughing there, but we'll take it. 2-man advantage for 7 seconds. And then the Hawks will stay on the power play. Bryden on the face-off, wins it cleanly. That's Ilya with it, sends it towards the net, high and wide, though. The first power play is over, and Newt guy coming out of the box. There's a foot race for this puck, but it goes down for icing as they take each other out along the boards. So Hawks on their second power play. 1:46 left in the power play. 7:17 left in the first period. Bryden to take this face off. Wins it. Pushed back to the blue line. Kept in, sent towards the net, but saved. Saved and frozen. 1:39 left. Bryden again on the face-off. Won by Arapahoe. Flipped in the air. Blocked down at the blue line by Rhett, but kicked to an Arapahoe player, and they break out. That could be a trip coming up, and it is. The loud and raucous Arapahoe fans happy to get that call. That's Rhett going to the sin bin. So we'll be 4-on-4 hockey for 1:29. And then Arapahoe will get a 31-second power play of their own. Face-off controlled by Arapahoe. Sent back to the blue line. Sent back to the circle. Bounces over a stick. That shot, goal. And that went top shelf, knocked the water bottle off the top of the cage, and that's an even strength goal, 4-on-4 hockey. It's 1-0 Arapahoe. Yeah, they took there we go. They took the power play off and then put it back up. So we're still even strength, 4-on-4 hockey. Trace takes this puck away, steps aside of the first defender, gets poked off of his stick. Tyler with it in the corner, centering attempt, gets blocked away by Arapahoe. Nolan with it at the blue line, sweeps that one on net, and that's saved and frozen. 58 seconds left in 4-on-4 hockey. 6:29 left. in the first period. Carson and Christian out there for this face-off. Arapahoe has it behind the net, sweeps it around to this near side, but out to neutral. Nolan with it. Sends that over to Cole. Skates it across the center ice line and dumps it in. 43 seconds left in 4-on-4 hockey. 1-0 Arapahoe. Christian fighting for it around the circle, but sent up towards the blue line, kept in by Carson, and kept in again by Carson at the blue line, swept back in. There's Cole with it on the far side, absorbs a hit, sent out past Cole and out to neutral. Oh, centering pass, intercepted by Arapahoe. We've got a breakaway. And a big save by Branson to keep it 1-0. Christian with it now. We're down to 3 seconds left on even strength hockey before a 31-second power play comes up for Arapahoe. They are now on the power play, and there's a blind hit in the neutral zone. Wasn't playing the puck at all, totally going for Cole on that hit. No call. Swept towards the crease and frozen with 19 seconds left in the Arapahoe power play. Carson a little shaken up. I didn't see what happened to him in our offensive zone. Looks like he's all right. He's sitting on the bench. We'll see if he makes it back out. Here is Colin, I believe, on the face-off. He wins it. Steps aside of a defender. This is how Arapahoe played last time we played them. They played physical, a little bit dirty the last time we played them. That one sent through, deflects off of an Arapahoe player heading towards the net, and he'll freeze it and gets sprayed by his own teammate. Not sure what the discussion is about. One second left on the Arapahoe power play before Rhett comes out of the box. Colin on the face-off again. Wins it. Larry pushes it around the corner. We're back to even strength. Here's Kai with it, pokes it off the boards. Kai's still fighting for it down there, but Arapahoe comes away. They'll control it and get it out to neutral. There's Chase with it. Spins around, avoiding the Arapahoe player. Flips that one to center, but too many Arapahoe jerseys in the way. They break back into the zone. Arapahoe playing well here this first period. They've been the more physical, aggressive team. Collins slaps at that, and it bounces out to neutral. Kai chases it down, pushes that one into the offensive zone, but Arapahoe gets there first and sends it all the way around the boards. Chase tried to keep it in, but it got by him at the blue line. Waits for his teammates to get back on sides. Sends it over to Larry. Larry will send it back off the boards here to Chase. He'll assess the situation. Zach deflects that one on to Kai. He'll wind up a wrister that goes over the net. Bryden chases that down, flips it with a backhand into the corner. Sent all the way around by Arapahoe. And all the way around out to neutral. And they're actually going to call that an icing. He swept it all the way from the far corner, and it went all the way down for icing. 3:46 left in the first period. 1-0 Arapahoe. They're going to send Trace out of the circle since we were so slow on that line change as Christian gets on. He takes that face off. Arapahoe controls it, flips it off the boards. Kept in by Ilias, finds Tyler along the far side. He whiffs on that attempt to center, but then pushes it around the far side to Christian. He gets smothered by a couple of Arapahoe players, and they're able to break out. Dumps it in. Ilya will get there, meets an Arapahoe player. He takes the worst of that hit, but pops back up and sends it around the boards. Tries to. Trace now races in to get this puck. And here comes Trace with it into the neutral zone. Slides it up to Tyler off of his skate. Chases it down, pushes it deep. But Arapahoe gets it again. Pushes it around the board. Rhett there to meet it and keep it in. Trace covering his back. They fight for it along the boards. Christian comes away with it. Spins around. Centering pass blocked. But now he hustles back in to make a play on that again. Finds Trace in the near circle. Centering pass doesn't get through to Tyler, who was coming in on the far post. Trace again with it. Tries to backhand that one to Christian. Can't get it through. Flipped out to neutral where Chase will handle it. Wait for his teammates to get on sides. Then skates it in. Flips that one towards the net. Frozen with 2:27 left in the first period. We've had plenty of time down on this offensive end, but haven't gotten too many solid quality scoring chances so far. Arapahoe playing good, aggressive defense. Here's Carson to take this face-off. After he gets shaken up, he's back on the ice. Good to see. Wins the face-off. Chase with it. Sends that one looking for a deflection. Kai was there, but so was an Arapahoe player. Carson sends that one to center. Poked away by the goalie. And now pushed around. Chase smothers that on the boards. Can't see what's going on in the corner. That's Colin with it. He will come away with it. Centering pass deflects off an Arapahoe stick, and here they come again. We're down to 1:55 left in the first period. Those centers walked right through the center of the ice untouched. Fired a wrister from point blank, and Branson was there to make another good save. We got to put a body on that guy as he's skating through the slot. $1:51 left in the first period. 1-0 Arapahoe. Defensive zone face-off coming up for Bryden. He wins it, but an Arapahoe player gets there first. Centering pass finds a guy in the near circle. That centering pass goes through the crease untouched. Dangerous play there, if you couldn't tell from the Arapahoe fans. That one pushed back to center, stolen. Another point-blank shot. Good play by Larry to break that up. Not once, but twice, as Arapahoe almost had some opportunities from inside the crease. Larry there again behind the net. Shoves his guy forward, but he still retains possession. Now Bryden with it, steps around the defender. Centering pass finds Kellen. We're down to 1:13 left in the first period. Arapahoe takes it away again. Now Kellen takes it away. He gets shoved by two Arapahoe players, no call. Bryden meets a guy in the corner. Arapahoe swoops that around to the near side. And here comes Arapahoe again. They'll flick that one down into the zone. Comes all the way around, but Arapahoe there first, but now Kellen picks his pocket and takes it away. And now sent out to neutral to nobody, and that's going to go down for icing. 41.9 seconds left in the first period. 1-0 Arapahoe still. Here's Trace with the puck, or Trace on the face-off. Now with the puck, but Arapahoe gets there first in the corner. Sends it out to the point. That shot deflected right into Branson, though. He was perfectly positioned, makes the save, and freezes it. 33.6 seconds left. Defensive zone face-off. Trace with it. Poke towards the blue line, kept by Arapahoe. Here's Nolan with it. Sends that one to Trace. Tries to poke that one. Deflects it up in the air and out to neutral. And now Nolan had it for a second, but poked off of his stick. Arapahoe is able to dump that one deep. Branson tries to slow it down, misses. Tyler with it. Gets pushed into the boards and now pushed up to Cole, but taken away by Arapahoe again. Holds it at the point, sends that centering pass wide open. No Hawks there. Good save by Branson again. And here comes Christian. Arapahoe player loses an edge. And that does it for the first period. Branson had to stand tall a couple times in that first period with some point blank opportunities for Arapahoe to keep it 1-0. All right, here we go. Beginning of the second period. Trace on the face-off. Arapahoe controls it, tries to dump it in. Chase's foot was in the way, but can't get it out. Too many sticks in the way. Chase is able to push him into the corner. Still fighting for it. Skates away with it. Here come the Hawks back the other way. Chase with a head of steam, but he's got two Arapahoe players to get by. He gets held at the blue line and no call. Centering pass. That was Tyler on the centering pass, but Hawks were a little bit late getting there and able to freeze it 29 seconds into the second period. Trace will do this face-off again. Wins it clean, skates through, but couldn't get all the way to net. Chase with it now, winds up a shot. That goes off a skate. Christian with it, pokes it to Chase behind the net. He circles around, looking for some help. Finds Larry. He throws that one towards the net. Good outlet pass to Arapahoe, but good job by the Hawks to get back and defend that. Chase and Larry getting back there. Tyler chasing this one down, Arapahoe tries to get it out, but can't. That deflects off the boards. Larry pokes that one towards the zone, but we're offsides. A lot of cheap shots coming by Arapahoe here. Borderline calls, not getting called so far in this game. They're letting them be physical, the bigger Arapahoe team. Here's Carson on the faceoff from center ice. Sent towards Colin on this near side. He'll sweep that one high into the zone. Hawks will chase after it. Good aggressive forecheck there by Carson. And then Kai just had a stick lifted out of the way, and Arapahoe is able to take that one out to neutral. Now they'll send that one into the zone on net. Branson pushes that one aside. They fight for it in the corner. Sent wide of the net. And here is Rhett chasing it down. Kai is able to push that one out to neutral and offsides. 12:23 left, second period. Hawks still looking for some good quality scoring opportunities. They have not had many. Face-off controlled by Arapahoe. But Kai, or no, that is Kai. He takes that away, sweeps that one towards Colin, who lost an edge. Nolan tried to keep that at the blue line, but couldn't do it. And Arapahoe comes back out with it, swept towards center, taken away by Rhett, but that bounced off a body. Centering pass misses. Rhett pushes that one along the boards. Centering pass. Arapahoe still controls it in their offensive zone. But now it's flipped out to neutral. Kai chasing after that one, but pushed aside by the Arapahoe defender. Sticked aside again by Arapahoe. Now sent up to the blue line. Here's Colin waiting for it. I'm not sure they're calling offsides. I believe they're saying that was offsides. Bryden on this face-off. Kellen controls it briefly, but taken out by a few Arapahoe players. Here comes Arapahoe back the other way, trying to split the defenders. Still has it, sends that one on net. Good save by Branson again. Kept at the blue line, pushed towards center. Chase controls it, spins around, looking for some help. Now he's going to skate it. He was looking for a lane. He found one, and now here he comes up the far side. Tries to get around the Arapahoe defender. Still with it behind the net. Passes it to Bryden in the center. He flips that one towards the net. Deflects wide of the net. Now Kellen with it. Circles around. Sends it off the boards. Takes a weird bounce. Now Zach with it. And now Chase sends that one just wide of the net. Bounces around, and Arapahoe takes this. Comes out to neutral. Push back. Kellen with it at the red line. Flips that one into the zone, but couldn't get it deep. Sent back out to neutral. Here's Cole with it. Good look there all the way to the other side of the ice. Finds Zach, who dumps it and will go for a change. Bounce takes a weird carom off the boards, and Arapahoe will freeze it, even though they had plenty of time to play that. 10:24 left in the second period. Still 1-0 Arapahoe. Trace in the face-off circle. Wins it back. That's Christian to Rhett. Back to Christian. Steps into the circle, trying to center that pass. Gets pushed aside, though, by Arapahoe, and they'll skate it out to neutral. Good back check there by Christian, and then good shove by Larry to move his guy off the puck. Tries to step around a guy, can't do it. And a good shot, good save by Branson again. Trace pushes that out of harm's way. Tyler spins around with it, tries to get Christian, just misses him. No icing call here as it goes through the zone, and they're going to freeze it again. All right, we'll take these offensive zone faceoffs, I guess, all day. 9:51 left in the second period. Carson on the dot, wins that clean over to Colin. Spins around, avoiding one guy, avoids another. Shot. Goal, Colin! 1-1. Colin, a great job of skating into the circle. Found a little bit of space as he avoided a couple of Arapahoe players, and then buries the top shelf goal on the far post on the glove side of the Arapahoe goalie. We needed that. Any opportunity we get, as Arapahoe's been playing good, tight defense in this game. Here's Carson with it. Pushes that one into the zone. Kai there to chase after it, but gets by him. held at the blue line by Chase. He pushes that one deep. Nolan's stepping in to play that puck. Centering pass intercepted. Here comes Arapahoe back the other way. All the way through and down. That should be icing. And they are going to let it go. Chase a little too fast. Centering pass finds Chase off of his stick, though, and recovered by Arapahoe. Now Littleton's got a little spring in their step. Sent across. Good play there by Kai, but too many sticks in the way, and that's offsides. And they're going to say that was an intentional offsides and send it all the way down into our defensive zone. Carson on the jaw. Won by Arapahoe, sent towards the net, deflects to the near boards. Now pushed out to neutral, but that centering pass intercepted and pushed to this near side. That's Zach fighting for it near the blue line in the neutral zone. Kellen fighting for it also. Pushed all the way back. Larry has to go get it. Spins around and finds Kellen on the near side. He receives a check, but here's Bryden with it. He's got someone on the far side. That one's over the net. Kept in. Bryden will go get it again. Centering pass goes off a skate. Arapahoe recovers it, but kept in at the blue line. That's Cole, I believe, keeping that one in. Now, Cole again at the blue line, but just out of the reach of Kellen. Bryden takes out his player on the far boards, but Arapahoe able to sweep that one out to neutral. Here's Larry with it. He's got a little bit of time, sends it up, deflects off of Bryden's stick, and Arapahoe brings it back the other way. Tries to get around a defender, but that one deflects towards the net. Branson had to push that one aside. Second shot never got through. They scrum along the boards. Can't really see what's going on, but now that centering pass finds Bryden, who flips it out to neutral. He will go for a change, as does Cole. Here comes Arapahoe, skating through neutral, weaves through a few Hawks, but Chase is there to push that one up towards the blue line. Not out. Now it is. Centering pass finds an Arapahoe player, and Arapahoe pushes that one back towards the blue line. They'll sweep that one into the zone. Weird Karam off the boards finds Larry, pushes it to Chase. He tries to step aside a few players, flips it up the boards and into the netting. 7:03 left, second period, 1-1. Carson on the face-off. Now here's Colin with it. He's got the Hawks' only goal tonight. He gets pickpocketed, though. Puck floating along the blue line. Carson's got to do a little back-checking there, but Arapahoe still has it. Now Carson intercepts that one, flips it up to Colin. Sends that one just in front of Kai. Couldn't get it to him. Hawks retrieve it. They'll take their time. Centering passes behind Kai. Arapahoe with it. Flips it off the near boards here. That's Rhett chasing it down with a much bigger Arapahoe player chasing on him. Sent around the boards. Chase gets it taken away in the corner. Rhett there to help. Chase with it again. Now, oh no, I'm sorry, that's Carson behind the net. Sends it all the way around to this near side and out to neutral. We're down to 6 minutes left in the second period in this 1-1 contest. That one manages to get through, poked by Branson, and he had to end up making a save as the Arapahoe player chopped the backhand towards the net. But Branson was there with 6 minutes on the nose left in the second period. Face-off. pushed out the neutral. It's a foot race. Lifts his stick. This is Zach with it. A little breakaway. Saved by Arapahoe. Good hustle there by Zach. He got off a good shot, but a good save by Arapahoe keeps the score even. There comes Arapahoe back the other way. Good play by Bryden to shove his guy off the puck and taken away there on the far boards. But back in the zone. Arapahoe dumps it in. Comes to the near corner. But here is Bryden. That pass just deflected off an Arapahoe stick, but pushed in the zone by Bryden. Taken away again behind an Arapahoe player, but that deflects back to an Arapahoe player. Winds up a wrister high over the net. Now comes the neutral, that pass behind Zach, but he'll hustle and push that one into the zone. Receives a hard check into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. So they take their chances on those hits. Arapahoe, they're being physical. Didn't get away with that one. They've had a lot of borderline hits this game. Another power play opportunity coming up for the Hawks. I believe this is our third. I believe it is Trace, Christian, Tyler, Nolan, and Cole out there on this for the first shift on this power play. Christian with it, sends it back to Cole, keeps it at the blue line, tries to flip that across to Tyler, but knocked out of the air, and Arapahoe able to dump that in the zone. We're down to 4:50 left in the second period. Hawks on the power play. Here's Nolan with it behind the net, sweeps that one up the boards, but Hawks slow to break out. Tyler comes in to push that one aside, but goes off a body. And now the Hawks control it in their defensive zone, try and set something up. Nolan whiffs on that pass attempt. Good forecheck by Arapahoe as they kill time on this power play. And they're just keeping it pinned against the boards and killing off this power play. Down to 110, and the Hawks haven't had any time in the offensive zone yet. Now here's Trace with it. He will get ahead of steam and dump it in just wide of the net. There's Christian going for it. He's got it behind the net. Centering pass. We were making a little bit of a change. Now that pass into the near corner. Here's Tyler with it. He'll assess the situation. Sends it back to Larry. He sends that one towards the net looking for a deflection. Christian couldn't get a stick on it into the belly of the Arapahoe goalie. 48 seconds left in the power play. Good penalty kill there by Arapahoe for the first part of that power play to kill off a solid minute. 3:50 left in the second period. Here's Carson on the face-off. Hawks still on the power play. Here's Kai with it. Steps aside the Arapahoe defender. Centering pass deflected by the goalie. That's shot attempt by Colin, I think, deflected up and over the net. Out to the point. Chase steps aside. Finds Larry on the far side, just out of his reach. You'll have to go chase it down and pushes it into the corner. Colin will go get it. We're down to 27 seconds left in the power play. Colin with it again. Getting harassed by the Arapahoe player and takes it away. But Kai able to maintain some possession there along the boards. Now Larry sends that one towards the net just wide. That one pushed off the boards, blocked by Chase at the blue line. Tries to skate into center, but pushed aside out to center, and that'll do it for the power play. And now pushed deep by Arapahoe. The power play is over. We're back to even strength. Hawks with it. We're under 3 minutes left in the second period. 1-1 game. Hard-fought game here against Arapahoe, our nemesis. Pushed into the zone. Arapahoe controls. Larry skates it, centering pass, finds, I think that's Bryden. He gets ahead of steam, comes into the zone, goes to the slot. That shot went off the post. That beat the goalie and went off the post. Good play by Bryden. He's got it again, steps aside, but that goes out to the neutral zone and then pushed in offsides. We're down to 2:18 left. 2:18 left in the second period. Still 1-1. Bryden will take this face off. Gets caught up under the ref, and here comes Arapahoe. Pushes that one in. We'll chase after it. Nolan gets there first, sweeps it up the boards. Flipped eye into the air, out to neutral. Here's Bryden with it. We're down to 2 minutes left in the second period. That centering pass off of Arapahoe's stick. Bryden still fighting for it in the corner. Sweeps it behind him. Zach will have to go chase it. 2 Arapahoe players there. Poked off the boards. That was a late hit, and that's going to be a penalty. They do it again. That's at least the 5th time they've done that, and the 2nd time they're going to get called for it. Maybe the 3rd time. This age, you can check, but you got to be playing the puck, and they have not been playing the puck. 1:43 left in the second period. The Hawks will go on, I believe, their 4th power play. Bryden to take this face off. Wins it, pushes it back to the point. That's over to Cole. He winds up a wristler, deflected right on goal, or right at the goalie though. Freezes it. 1:54 left in the power play. 1:37 left in the second period. Bryden on the face-off again. Wins it clean. Here's Chase with it. The high slot, it circles over to the far circle, splits a couple guys. Shot, goal! Chase gets that goal, and it's now 2-1 Hawks as we claim our first lead of this contest. 1:30 left in the game, in the second period. Hawks with their first lead. Chase from the far circle stepped into a little clear spot and able to bury that one top shelf glove side. Second time that we've gotten a high shot glove side to go in. Trace on the face-off. Chase controls it. Flips it up towards Christian, pokes it off the boards, chases after it as it gets by the Arapahoe defender. Centering pass, intercepted. Here comes Arapahoe back the other way. All the way across through multiple players. Cole gets that one, sends it around behind the net. Skated up the boards, but deflects, and Chase will have to circle around and send that one to the far side, out to neutral. Corralled by Arapahoe, they get on sides and dump it in. We're down to 57 seconds left in the second period in this 2-1 hockey game. This is Tyler with it, assesses the situation, makes a move around an Arapahoe player, skates into the far side, tries to get around. He got centering pass through the crease, just out of reach of Trace. Finds Christian in the circle, tried to get a shot off, but gets his stick held. Arapahoe with it, flips it off the boards. We're down to 30 seconds left in the second period. And that's going to be a penalty coming up, I think, on Christian on this delayed call. No, it's coming up on Arapahoe. Yes, they were taking their time on calling that delayed penalty. No, Arapahoe going to the box again. Another roughing penalty. Couldn't quite see that one along the boards. I thought Christian was going to go. I thought an Arapahoe player was down, but not so. And the Hawks will go on the power play again. I think we're 1 for 4, and here's our 5th power play. Carson wins it clean, pushes it back, sends that one, deflects wide of the net. Kai with it. Good job there by Kai to control it, but then loses it on the near side boards, and it comes out to neutral. Larry's got to corral that one, pushes it back up to the blue line. Here's Carson with it, held it just long enough to get Kai off sides with 6.1 seconds left. 1:42 left in the Hawks power play. 2 second period goals have given them the lead. Carson with the face-off win goes into the zone, knifed out to neutral, and that'll do it for period 2. 2-1 Hawks after 2. Ilya skating off the ice there, not sure what's wrong with him. But looking like we might be down a defender for the rest of this game. All right, here we go. Beginning of the third period. The Hawks, 2 goals in a row to claim the lead. Hawks were able to tilt the ice a little bit more in that second period. Hawks on the power play. 1:25 left in the power play. Shot off the stick of the goalie. Hawks still control it behind the net. But it bounces to an Arapahoe player who sends that one off a body and out to neutral. Arapahoe skates that one into the zone. There on the PK, sent towards the net. Nolan intercepts that one, but a diving Arapahoe player on the good forecheck. We're down to 1 minute left in the power play for the Hawks. Sent up to Bryden off of his stick to an Arapahoe player. A good job by Bryden there to keep it in the zone, but now pushed out to neutral. Nolan will have to go back for it. Arapahoe chasing after it, sends that one off the boards though, and this is Bryden with it. He'll skate through neutral, gets pushed to the boards, can't get it into the zone. Larry with it, finds Bryden in the middle, but bounces off of his stick to Arapahoe. We're down to 26 seconds left in the power play. Good job killing this off. Hawks having trouble setting things up here on the power play. We're down to 18 seconds left. This is Larry with it, skates into the zone. Still with it, sends that one towards the net. Oh, good back check there. That was Kellen, but then pushed out to neutral. He'll recover it. Power play's over. Back to even strength. Here's Trace with it. Up to Christian. He'll push that one into the zone, and the Hawks will chase after it. Pushed up the boards and then deflected out to neutral. And now Chase with a head of steam skates into the zone. Hits the brakes, comes around, finds Christian in the circle, finds back to Chase. He's got it behind the net, sends it out to the point. Sends that one all the way across. This is Christian with it. Has a good pass there by Tyler over to Christian, pushed all the way around the boards. Tyler's got to chase after it. Meets an Arapahoe player there. Good puck possession here by the Hawks, but now pushed out to neutral. Christian with it again, chips it off the boards, just past Trace. Arapahoe is able to recover it, sends it defender to defender, and then up the boards and out. Chase got a chance to hustle back to break up this play, and now here's Christian with it. Gets around one Arapahoe player, flipped towards the blue line, deflected by the Arapahoe player. Now Christian with it, sends it towards the net and frozen with 11:12 left in the third period. 2-1 Hawks off of a goal by Colin and then a second goal by Chase Crawford. That's Carson on it. One-timer goal by Kai! Right off the face-off. That was Carson won a clean face-off, pushed it directly to Kai, and a one-timer by Kai buries it pad side over the stick. Great shot by Kai to make it 3-1 Hawks. 11:30 or 11:09 left in the game. Carson again with the face-off. Arapahoe controls it, pushes it up towards the blue line. They'll skate it into the zone, pushes it deep, goes all the way around to Nolan. He'll try and push that up the boards. Blocked off by Arapahoe first. Elbow to Kai's head, no call. Swept aside by Branson. Happy to say I haven't had to say Branson's name too much since that first period, as the Hawks have done a good job controlling play on our end of the ice and playing good defense. But I have a feeling the intensity might increase here in the final 10:30 of this game. Centering pass finds a Hawks or an Arapahoe player. That shot deflected up and over the net. Colin with it pushes that one up to neutral. Pushed back towards the blue line. Swept in deep. Hawks will chase after it as Arapahoe goes for a change. Here come the Hawks, moseying their way through neutral, but then good back check. Kai now has it. They'll send that one deep off the boards. And then around to this near side. Out towards the blue line, but kept deep. Skates towards center, but no one home. And Arapahoe is able to chase or come out with the puck. They'll skate it into the zone. Good defense there by the Hawks, but loose puck in the slot had to be pushed out to neutral. That was Chase, I think, pushing that one out to neutral. Now comes back to center. Zach is there to intercept it. He gets shoved down. Now Kellen on the forecheck, but pushed out to neutral. Good play there by Chase to keep it deep. Kellen with it. Sent deflected wide around the boards. Hawks with it. Backhand attempt, save. Chase with it. Leaves it for, I think that was Larry, but miscommunication there. And here comes Arapahoe back the other way. That centering pass goes too far in front of Arapahoe. Chase hits the brakes. Tries to get around a defender. Deflects off of the defender, but here he is with it. Good play by Chase to find a Hawks player. I think that's Kellen. That one deflects off of his stick and into the netting. 8:56 left in the game, 3-1 Hawks. Here's Trace on the faceoff, wins it clean to Tyler. He steps around an Arapahoe player. Centering pass right through the crease, but we weren't there. Arapahoe is able to get it. Centering pass deflected by Christian and almost kept in the zone. Now comes out to neutral. Trace tries to step around a defender, but too many Arapahoe players. That Arapahoe player just plowing his way through center, not looking for the puck at all, just trying to take out bodies. We're down to 8:30 left in the game. That one pushed down by Trace. They say no high stick. Christian with it. They'll shove that one off the boards. Out to neutral. Tyler fights for it. Arapahoe skates away with it, though. Sends it to the far side. Dumps it in. I think this is Tyler with it on this near side. Receives a check. Stays on his feet. Centering pass off the side of the net. Arapahoe still with it. We're down to 8 minutes left in the game. From the point. Fires a shot wide of the net. Looking for a deflection. There's an opening on this near side, but couldn't get a stick on it. Arapahoe with it again. Circling around. Goes off a stick. Almost found an Arapahoe player on this far side, or near side, as no one could find the puck. Here's Christian with it. Steps around a defender. Tries to get around him again. Gets taken out. But still with it. Centering pass looking for Trace. He's got it behind the net. Centering pass sitting in the crease. Christian with it. Finds it on the near post, and he buries it. There was a scrum in the crease, And Christian was able to bury that one to make it 4-1. Are they saying there was interference there? They are not. It is 4-1 Hawks. 7:27 left in the game. Arapahoe got off to a great start in this game. They largely had the better opportunities in the first period, but pretty much ever since then, it's been mostly the Hawks in control. Fighting for it on the near boards here. Centering pass finds an Arapahoe player. He'll skate that one in. Might have been offsides, no call. Sent all the way around the boards. Here's Chase with it. Things might get chippy here coming up. But this is Carson with it. Winds up a wrister went off the leg of the Arapahoe defender. Pushed up the near side boards. And now out to neutral. Here's Chase with it. Chops at it a couple times and was able to get that one to Colin. He pushes that one forward. He's got a shot. Pass to Chase. That is a great play by Colin to find Chase open on the near post, and Chase is able to bury it to make it 5-1. What a heads-up play by Colin. And it's 5-1 Hawks, and they've busted this game wide open. And I think Arapahoe has maybe used their timeout with 6:43 left in the game. Colin had every opportunity to fire a shot of his own. He was wide open, had space on that near side, but made the super heads-up play to just slide it coolly across to Chase, who buried it in the near side. Arapahoe takes their timeout. Hopefully it's too little too late. Maybe should have taken their timeout 2 goals ago. But if the Hawks can keep up the pressure and just keep the puck down on the good side of the ice, hopefully we'll be able to preserve this W. Carson in the center ice dot. Good play by Colin to pull that one through. Skates it into the zone. They give him some space. Fires a shot off the leg of the goalie. Kai receives a heavy hit in the corner, and he's still down. Another dirty hit. A little bit late, as always. Kai's up, skating towards the bench. Are they going to send someone to the box? They are. All right. Not a major. Just a 2-minute penalty. Hawks will be on the power play again. Recurring theme this game. Riding on the face-off. Spins around and wins it to Kellen. He sweeps that one deep into the corner. There's Zach with it. Centering pass finds Bryden off the side of the net. That one pushed back around. There's Larry with it. He'll push that one deep again. 1:45 left in the Hawks power play. 6:14 left in the game. Pushed out to neutral. Kellen will have to go chase this down. And here comes Kellen. He gets ahead of steam, trying to split defenders. Gets poked off his stick, bouncing, rolling puck. Couldn't control it, and Arapahoe brings it back out to neutral. Push deep. Arapahoe go for a change. I think is Nolan with the puck. That centering pass goes through the Hawks players, and they're going to call that icing. 1:08 left in the power play for the Hawks. 5:40 left in the game. Trace on the faceoffs, wins it clean to Rhett. He pushes it up the boards. This is Tyler with it. Slides it to, I'm sorry, that was Christian. Slid it to Trace. He dumps it in deep. Now Tyler will be the first one to get to it in the far corner. Centering pass, no one home. Here comes Arapahoe back the other way. We're under a minute left in the power play for the Hawks. That shot attempt goes off of Rhett's ankle. Centering pass deflected aside by Chase. He'll hold the puck and let things set up here on the power play. 37 seconds left in the power play. We're down to 5:05 left in the game. Chase just holding it, killing time on the game clock. Give and go with Christian. He sweeps that one in deep. He'll go for a change. Chase chases after it. Gets by Tyler on the far side. Poked back by Cole. Cole with it. Pushes that one behind the net. We're down to 10 seconds left in the Hawks power play. Kept in at the blue line by Nolan. Now here is Christian with it. Tries to flip that one over the goalie's shoulder, but good save. Trace with it. Sweeps that one up the boards. Here's Nolan with it. We're back to even strength. He fires that shot, deflected off of Trace. Or no, deflected off of Tyler into the corner. Now Christian with it. Again, good puck possession. Centering pass to the backhand of Trace. Couldn't quite get it, and that's just thrown all the way down the ice for an icing call with 4:11 left in the game. 5-1 Hawks. Carson on the face-off. Wins that one towards the center, but Arapahoe able to take it away. Here they come back the other way. Carson has to go retrieve his stick from the defensive zone. Oh, good pass there, but just behind Carson and goes all the way down for icing. Carson, who is behind the play because he lost his stick, had to go get it. Collins saw him as he retrieved it, but Carson was going the other way, and he goes for icing. 3:56 left in the game. 5-1 Hawks. Face-off won by Arapahoe. Push deep around the boards. Arapahoe gets it, but Nolan's there to interfere with that play and skates away with it. Centering pass deflects off a stick. Good feed over to Collin. He'll feed it back, no, off the leg of the Arapahoe player. He gets shoved down. Are they going to call that? No call. Kellen fighting for it. Collins up. Fighting for it again behind the net. Tries to come in front of the net into the crease. Kellen with it. Sweeps at it. Frozen by the Arapahoe goalie. 3:28 left in the game. Riding on the face-off, but Arapahoe got a early start on that drop, so they'll do it again. One by the Hawks. Chase sends that one towards the net, deflects wide of the net. That's Zach with it. Centering pass goes through the crease, but no one home. Chase has to get this one. Sidesteps a couple of Arapahoe players, skates into the zone, and chips it deep. 3:10 left in the game. 5-1 Hawks. Arapahoe player couldn't find it, but the Hawks do. That's Tyler with it. Makes a few moves, gets his knee taken out, and Arapahoe comes away with it. Poked off of the Arapahoe player's stick. That's Larry applying pressure, shoves his guy into the boards, and that'll be a penalty coming up on Larry. Interference call coming up on Larry. 2:49 left in the game. Hawks will be on the penalty kill. .249 left in the game. Face off, controlled by Arapahoe. Harassed by Zach. They sit with it near the circle. That shot deflects wide. Arapahoe controls it. They've got it behind the net. Good pressure there by Chase to poke it off the Arapahoe stick. He continues to pressure behind the net, but Arapahoe with it in the far circle. Hands it off, but good play there by Zach to interfere with that. Bryden takes that away and skates it out to center. Good pressure there by the Hawks. Here's Bryden with it again. He'll skate it into the zone, pushes it to the far board. Zach chops that one into the corner. 1:23 left in the power play for Arapahoe. Bryden intercepts that pass. Tries to split a couple defenders, but can't. Chase steps in. Poked off of his stick. Here's Trace with it. Sends it to the far side. Nolan slides that one up to Tyler, who backhands that one towards the blue line. We're down to 1 minute left in the power play. 1:48 left in the game. Arapahoe crosses the center ice circle. Skates it into the zone. Pushes that behind the net. Here's Cole with it. Pushes it up the board. Christian applies some pressure. Now Cole applying some pressure. Whiffs on that attempt, but now finds his teammate, but too hard, and comes all the way out to neutral. But they had too many men on the ice. They'll let that one go, as that guy was early on the ice. The other player late off the ice. Skates into the zone, fires a wrister. Glove save by Branson. First time I've had to mention his name in quite a while. 29 seconds left in the power play. 1:18 left in the game. Trace to take this face-off, wins it cleanly over to Cole, who shoves that one around to the far side. Arapahoe controls it, pushes that one towards the blue line, but the defender had cheated in. Now Christian gets shoved down, but not before he pokes that one into the defensive zone. Then Arapahoe sends it all the way down. They'll say no icing. Maybe it deflected off of someone. I didn't see it, but that's all right. We're down to 7 seconds left in the power play. Under a minute left in the game. Another deflected pass goes all the way down. And we're just running through the time here. Down to 45 seconds left in the game. 5-1 Hawks. Chase on the forecheck there. Arapahoe skates through center. Makes a move at the blue line. Gets held up by a couple Hawks defenders and then chip it out to neutral. Here's Chase with it. Power play's over. We're back to even strength. Trace with it. He'll circle around in the corner, killing some time. 2 Arapahoe players there. Whiffs on that clearing attempt. Not once, but twice. Chase with it, or Trace with it. That one deflects to the corner. Tyler will get it. Centering pass doesn't get through. Arapahoe with it. We're down to 10 seconds left in the game. Comes out to neutral. Push to this near side. 5 seconds left in the game. And that will do it here from the edge in Littleton, Colorado. The Hawks with a well-earned 5-1 victory over Arapahoe Navy. No, Arapahoe Maize. We're off tomorrow. No other games this weekend. We'll see you next weekend. Let me check our schedule real quick. Next weekend, we are in Minneapolis. First game in that tournament, 10:40 a.m. Central Time from Minnesota, Friday the 7th. The Minnetonka Skippers. We'll see you there.